get onto something. It's really just enough, it seems to me. So tell me, have you found your life's going round and around? And climbing your way to the top can bring you down. When it all falls apart, we gotta keep it together. Wherever you go, I'll be there by your side. I want you to know that we're brothers forever. If the bottom drops out, we'll hang on for the ride. Castles may stand, but they don't last forever. Save what you can, let the rest of it slide. Hang on to your friends and you'll get through whatever. Soon you'll be coming out the other side. Everybody's running, thinking they could just be hide and seek. Open your eyes and realize this life is just a crazy mystery. So how can you have any fun when trouble's got you out on the run? And this world feels like a monster razor tongue. When it all falls apart, we gotta keep it together. Running ahead with the trouble behind. Never will part, cause we're stronger than ever. And if we get caught, we'll both hold the line.
Like something's still out there. But when we're stuck and befuddled by the hideously scary unknown, there's only one thing to do. And after that, we contact the secret source for who, what, where, and why.
Huh?
That's right, Scoob. Kid Y. He knows everything.
Yeah.
Shaggy and Scooby calling Kid Y. Come in, Kid Y.
Where are you?
Kid Y, where are you?
Who explains the unexplainable? Welcome, Shaggy and Scooby, to the secret cyber server.
You busy?
I'll always be busy as long as there are mysteries in the universe beyond my understanding. In other words, not really. Upload your chat drive.
Huh?
A Y-ism for what's on your mind.
Well, we wanted the real inside scoop on
Loch Ness Monster.
Like, how did you know that?
The past exists in the digital.
Zoinks! That's it! Like, we need to know if we should hang around here or run for our lives.
All I can say is I'm glad I'm not there.
So we need to worry.
Only if you have allergies. If I were in Scotland, I'd be sneezing my head off. All that heather, damp golf courses, nothing to keep you warm in your skimpy kilts. Except wheezing on the bagpipes in the soggy bog.
But we think a bona fide Nessie may still be lurking out there.
Maybe, maybe not. There's a lot of extreme cool nest data that could blast you sockless.
Good thing I trimmed my toenails.
Time matrix X, demonstrating X times X equals Y. Let's get real.
Like, what the heck was that?
Plesiosaurus, a massive marine reptile, lived in the water, breathed air over 100 million years ago, during the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous periods. Some say the Loch Ness Monster is really a plesiosaurus.
Sweet. At 100 million years old, it's probably lost most of its teeth.
And there was no lake there until only about 10,000 years ago. After the last ice age, forming a loch, which is Scottish for lake.
Like, look, the loch's a lake.
Sightings of strange creatures in the area date back to before the year 600. And ever since, thousands of sightings have been documented. Then, in 1933, the name Nessie was first thought up by a journalist. After which, Sir Peter Scott, famed British naturalist, gave Nessie a scientific name, Nessiteris rhumbopteryx, translated, the wonder of Ness with the diamond-shaped fin. But some puzzle geek noticed that those letters happen to be an anagram for Monster Hoax by Sir Peter S. Kind of reboots the brain roots. The loch can be more than 700 feet deep, so for a long time, nobody really knew what lurked in all that murk.
You mean besides monsters?
Or lots of other creatures, like Baltic sturgeons. They're there and they're huge. One of the biggest fish known to swim in brackish waters, more than 400 pounds. Or even a family of otters. Choose your favorite theory.
I choose the cute theory.
But that doesn't mean it's real. It seems as if people want the monster to be real, even if they have to fake it, thus hoaxes.
So it's bogus? I hope.
Well, 60 years after this photo was snapped by Dr. Kenneth Wilson in 1934, it was proven to be just a model 1 foot high and 18 inches long, attached to a toy submarine.
Could have been the Loch Ness rubber ducky.
Another hoax, exposed same year, Nessie footprints that were made with stuffed hippo feet. So you may be asking, has anyone tried to catch the Loch Ness monster?
Not me. I wasn't asking that. Were you, Scoob?
Not me.
In 1975, one team tried something very strange. They created a female Loch Ness monster to lure the beastie out. Perfect, Henrik. A little more lip gloss should do it. Ta-da! Gorgeous. If the Loch Ness monster doesn't fall for her, he needs new glasses. Cue the walrus mating call. Needless to say, it didn't work.
Like maybe they should have spent more time getting to know each other.
So far, no scientist has real proof that any big bad beast lives in Loch Ness. In 2003, a British team equipped with sonar and satellite technology surveyed the entire loch and found no evidence of any large creature. A simple explanation is, we see what we want to see.
In our case, we saw what we didn't want to see.
We've always had a need to believe in things we can't understand. The legendary, the magical, the incredible seem to excite mankind's imagination.
Dog kind's imagination, too.
You said it.
But there are a lot of scarier things that might be out there. You know, cryptozoology, the pursuit of bizarre, legendary creatures.
Usually, they're pursuing us.
There's the chupacabra, the yeti, sea sirens, Bigfoot, minotaurs, gorgons, and the Mongolian death worm.
Like I'd hate to find that in an apple.
So I've been making this info docu verite flash video. Let's get rocked!
1, 2, 3. Bigfoot and abominable snowman. They walk standing up, but they run from no man. Sirens, mermaids, and minotaur. Their beach blanket babes, and he's an eyesore. Chupacabras, Babo, they sing gray like cabras, gordas, Gorgon, and the Mongolian death worm, the snaky-handled devils that'll really make you squirm. They don't work well in captivation, or a crazy crypto congregation. They still don't get your fascination, because to them it's just all speculation. We are the unexplainable. Try as you might, you'll never get it right, because the information is unreliable. Leave the books on the shelves, we're not really convinced ourselves. We're unexplainable. No, it never really matters. We'll make a lousy pet anyway. Yeah.
Thanks for lightening our load.
Yeah, thanks.
I shoot, I scan, I edit, I am.
So we still have that big question. Is the Loch Ness monster real?
Legend collides with fact and science to result in the current irrefutable resolution. Maybe. Or maybe not.
What?
Honey, dinner's ready. Mac and cheese, ham and peas.
Gotta go.
But
Gotta go. Coming, Mom!
Thanks, Kid Y. But now, like, do we want to go out there again tonight?
maybe.
Or maybe not.
see for yourself. No one knows animals like National Geographic, and they've made really wild animals more fun than a barrel full of orangutans. There's exciting animation, fantastic live-action photography, and outrageous music videos. So stop monkeying around and get ready for National Geographic's Really Wild Animals. Kids' videos that have the whole world running wild.
Spin you later.
Rocky Point Beach is our favorite beach in the whole wide world. Isn't that right, Scoob?
Yeah, Rocky Point.
But before we go to join the party, Scoob and I want to make sure you found all the clues hidden in our brand new Loch Ness Monster movie.
Loch Ness Monster?
Like, open up, Scoob. We've got to show everybody where to find all the clues.
Clues? Oh, yeah.
Like, Scoob and I are going to show you some special scenes from the movie using the Mystery Machine's built-in DVD player.
Oh, boy.
Each scene holds an important clue to solving the mystery. Oh, yeah. I almost forgot. If you haven't watched the movie yet, make sure you do that first. Otherwise, you'll learn too much about the clues and spoil the mystery.
Ready?
I think so. And now, without further ado, Shaggy and Scooby bring you...
Scooby-Dooby Clue.
Jinkies!
What? What is it, Velma?
The footprints. They don't lead to the loch. They lead into town.
See that? The monster walked down the road. That's because it wasn't really the Loch Ness Monster. It was just Colin and Angus Haggard trying to scare us. Their monster footprints lead into town because that's where they live.
Oh, that's too easy.
Hey, we're just getting started, Scoob. Roll the next clip.
Okay, Reggie.
I wish I'd brought along my floaties.
So do I. There's only 4 life jackets on board.
Maybe there's more down here. It's locked from the inside.
I don't get it.
Don't you remember, Scoob? That hatch leads to the monster submarine Professor Pembroke hid under her boat. Here, I'll show you.
The locked hatch we found on board her vessel was actually a secret passageway.
It led to her homemade monster submarine she kept docked beneath her boat.
She'd simply climb down the hatch and pedal off into the loch.
That way she could be free to do her scaring while we all thought she was on the boat.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
That Professor Pembroke is sure one sneaky scientist. She also needs a better accountant. How about this scene where we find out she's not spending her research money on, like, research?
Anything coming up on the sonar, Velma?
Are you kidding? This sonar system is so old it couldn't pick up a radio station.
That's strange. I know her research funding is limited, but she's obviously not spending any of it on new equipment.
Turns out Professor Pembroke spent all her grant money on a super scary monster submarine. Like, why didn't she just spend it on a super yummy submarine sandwich? Okay, next clue.
Look, these monster tracks turn into tire tracks.
They sure aren't from the Mystery Machine.
Who's ever heard of a monster with a driver's license?
Like, those tire tracks are one of the biggest clues of all.
Really?
Did you get it? Angus and Colin stole Dell's van so that it would be easier to scare us with their monster costume.
I wasn't scared.
Oh, really?
Like monsters, monsters. Okay, a little. Next clue.
That spooky old warrior burial ground was proof that you could get to the underground cavern through some secret entrance. Professor Pembroke would hide her monster submarine in that cave and make repairs whenever she needed to. That's why we found this screwdriver there. She must have left it behind by accident.
Screwdriver.
Hey, Scoob, remember in the movie when Velma found the screwdriver and the monster showed up just a few seconds later?
Yeah?
It's okay, Scooby-Doo. It's only a movie. Like, sorry, folks, but that's all the time we have for Scooby-Dooby Clue. So, we went to Scotland to visit the ancient home of Daphne's ancestors.
That's it, gang. Loch Ness, dead ahead.
Like, did you have to say dead? This was vacation, man. And all Scooby-Doo and I wanted to do was eat and catch the groovy sights. But Velma wanted snapshots of the Loch Ness Monster for her scrapbook. Like total grooviness. There's a bunch of little shops, a town square, the Loch Ness Monster, a nice flower garden. Loch Ness Monster? Loch Ness is like famous for being a swimming pool of a giant sea monster.
Are you by chance referring to the legend of the Loch Ness Monster?
Monster?
You believe in the Loch Ness Monster, Velma?
Like that makes 3 of us.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Yep, Velma wanted evidence of the spooky sea monster and she wanted Scooby and me to help. Like, no way were we gonna go out on that loch. Shaggy and Scooby volunteering for shore duty.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Shaggy and Scooby should take the mystery machine.
What?
We won't get a scratch on her. We traveled some high roads, some low roads, and definitely some rocky roads. Make that 2 scratches?
Wow, Lake Castle. I've waited my whole life to see this.
We stayed with Daphne's cousin Shannon, who lives in a big, spooky castle. Like, how far is it to the nearest vending machine? On the side of a big, spooky lake. Like, zoinks, I think we just locked ourselves outside of the castle.
Uh-oh.
Well, look at the bright side, Scoob. At least it's not raining.
For 1,000 years it has swam in the shadows below. You have disturbed the spirit that haunts these waters.
Like, run for it, Scoob! And like Nessie, was one fish we did not want to catch. Scooby, stomach, bats, kitchen, rainstorm, chase, monster!
Yeah, monster.
This fog is as thick as pea soup.
Oh boy, pea soup.
Speaking of eating, Scotland's cuisine was no picnic. No offense, but we'll stick to Scooby snacks.
Oh, oh.
I'd like to see old Fang Fins try to sneak up on us, right, old buddy?
Yeah. Wang wins.
Scooby, listen, your boat is on top of the monster's head.
Velma, like I think we found the monster. Yeah, like that was not easy sailing. Whoa!
These are for you, mate. Here you go.
Like, thanks. As much as we, like, totally had a good time in Scotland, we were so ready to go home and get away from monsters. Well, we got some groovy photos to show all our friends, even though Velma never got her snapshot of the Loch Ness Monster. Right, Scoob?
Right.
Or did she? Like that is the Loch Ness Monster.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo?
Ah, yes. Scooby-Doo and the gang just went on vacation to the beautiful Highlands of Scotland. Scotland is part of the United Kingdom, along with England.
The Scottish countryside is so lush and green.
While the scenery and culture are quite grand, the Scottish language, or Dom, can be a wee bit tongue-twisting for the visitor.
Here we are, gang. Welcome to Drumna Droche.
Gesundheit.
Drumna Droche is a famous city on the coast of Loch Ness.
Jinkies, Daphne. It must be exciting to visit Blake Castle, the ancient home of your Scottish ancestors.
It sure is.
We can have a clam bake with the Clan Blake.
In Scotland, a clan is an entire family.
And I can't wait to help my cousin Shannon host the Loch Ness Highland Games.
The Highland Games are an annual competition featuring traditional Scottish sporting events.
Let the games begin!
The most popular event is the caber toss.
Like, who's ever heard of the telephone pole pitch?
Huh?
A caber is a large wooden pole which is tossed in competition to test the sportsman's strength and skill.
When they invent a game that tests eating and sleeping, let us know.
There are other events in the games too, like dance and pipe and drum competitions. The Highland bagpipe is a traditional Scottish musical instrument, famous all over the world.
Like I never thought being a drum major could be so major.
During the games, players wear ceremonial kilts. The kilt is a pleated skirt traditionally worn by men. Kilts are made from tartan. Tartan is a plaid material usually made from wool.
Oh, I even accessorized for the occasion. Look, I'm planning to wear this for the opening ceremonies in honor of the Blakes of Loch Ness.
Most clans have a special tartan with colours for their own family. Shaggy and Scooby-Doo are wearing traditional Scooby-O-Hungry tartan. Scooby-Doo and Shaggy came across another scary mystery well in Scotland. But this one had nothing to do with monsters.
Like we're ready to start tasting, right, Scoob?
Right.
We'll be starting with haggis, a true Scottish delicacy.
Wow, like what's in it?
It's just a boiled sheep's stomach, stuffed with diced liver and kidneys.
Haggis is traditionally served at the birthday celebration honouring Scotland's most famous poet, Robert Burns. He wrote a poem in honour of the dish called To a Haggis. I guess you can see why the two of them were not happy to uncover this juicy mystery.
Like the only discovery I'd be interested in is an all-night pizza joint.
Yeah, pizza joint.
As usual, Freddie got a little confused with the Scottish language.
She said we could take it out on the lake.
That's Loch.
Even though Loch may mean lake, don't be calling it the Loch Ness Monster.
We could try.
No. There be the professor's craft.
Oh, out at the end of the dake?
That's Doc.
This Scottish stuff can be complicated.
Some other words Freddie got a little confused with were...
I know just the bloke to help us.
Bloke is the Scottish word for a man or a boy.
I like it.
Freddie and Shaggy are both strapping young blokes.
Like we knew it all along, right, Scoob?
Yeah, all along.
And although Scooby-Doo thinks he is no bloke. And then there are the ladies.
Aye, right you are, lass.
In Scotland, you might call Daphne a bonny lass, which means a pretty girl.
Time for this monster to hit the beach.
Zoinks!
And I thought we Scottish spoke funny.
If Shaggy were Scottish, he wouldn't say zoinks. He would say blimey.
Like words to live by.
Ah, yes. The Mystery Gang had a great many adventures in the Highlands of Scotland. They uncovered how the country's language, sport, food, and yes,
Like the Loch Ness Monster?
makes Scotland truly unique.
We did it, Scoob. Like now, can we go home?
Now available for the first time on DVD, it's Scooby-Doo Seasons 1 and 2. The iconic must-have collection for every Scooby-Doo fan. 25 classic Scooby-Doo mysteries, supernaturally funny.
Yikes!
Featuring all your favorite characters.
Now things are beginning to make a little sense.
This 4-disc set contains a haunted house full of DVD special features.
Like plenty spooky.
Check out the groovy threads that made the Fab Five funky with a look at color, class, and mystery gang glamour in funky fashion.
I gotta admit, Scoob has style. Come on in.
Go across the nation in search of the most fanatic Scooby-Doo collectors.
That's a lot of dudes.
In Scooby-Doo's Ultimate Fans.
I'm gonna give you a tour of my home.
We're big Scooby-Doo fans.
In Scooby-Doo Street Smarts, find out how the average man on the street imitates Scooby-Doo and the gang.
He's the man. He's the dog.
And more. What kind of cartoon lover wouldn't want to add these classics to their DVD collection?
There's only one way to find out.
Look for Scooby-Doo Seasons 1 and 2 on DVD.
Here we go!
All your Lucha Libre heroes are in their first feature-length movie. You can own Mucha Lucha, The Return of El Malefico on DVD. A great evil has been unleashed upon the world.
My vengeance is at hand!
And the only thing between his unstoppable, wretched, putrid evilness are the masked wrestlers of Mucha Lucha.
Okay, which one of you invited the big scary demon dude?
An accident called him from Netherland.
Read a complete sentence from the Code of Masked Wrestling backwards.
Oh, who's Ted?
I am free!
Is there a big, evil, demonic, villainous, scary, frightening giant figure in an inky black coat behind me?
Now our only hope for survival are the heroes of Mucha Lucha. The clock is ticking.
The world of daylight is mine!
The stakes are rising. The flea is partying.
Spin the snow pea, wrestler dare. Spin the snow pea, wrestler dare.
In the greatest Mucha Lucha main event ever, a full-length movie with special bonus features on DVD. Mucha Lucha, The Return of El Malefico. You can own all the wrestling action on DVD and video. And you can watch Mucha Lucha Saturday mornings on the Kids WB.